Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 22 of the best episodes of Credit 101. The original episode for Credit 101 is actually episode 63. Now, in this episode, we're going to talk about a worksheet that I put together. It's good to track money. Like, say, if you were to get some extra income, what you guys can use that for in terms of your debt, like paying off debt, or should you be putting money into your emergency fund? Should you be taking some of it and just having fun with it? I don't know about you guys, but I used to always just be like, okay, I'm going to just take this amount and do this with it, take this amount and do this with it. And maybe I didn't put it towards the most important things. So that's why I put this together. And I also want to make sure I teach my kids things like this, or even for myself, it helps me separate like how my money is, and if I was to get a large amount. So I just want to show you guys the same thing, because you guys can use this to determine what you want to do with your money if you were to get extra money and you just don't know what to do, or you plan on blowing it and it's something better that you can do. So let's actually look at this. If you guys have the membership, you can download it right below. Just go ahead and download it and then print it out or use it in your iPad and start filling it out when you get extra money, or if you have extra money now and you really don't know what to do with it. If you don't have a membership, it's literally $1 for the first 7 days, literally. And then it's $9.99 at the time of recording this. So I know it may go up, but just go ahead and check and see how much it is at the time of recording this. Let's get into the guide. So here it is here. So when you guys receive extra income, whether it's going to be a bonus, a tax refund, tax season is coming up, you got a side hustle, or you just had like unsuspected windfall where you just got some money out of nowhere, I want you guys to come up with a plan on what to do with that extra income. So I want you guys to calculate what it is. Maybe it's multiple things. Maybe you got some side hustle income. Maybe you get a tax refund. You got a bonus or commission. Maybe you got a gift or whatever it can be. Go ahead and put those numbers here and then figure out what's the total you have. Now, you guys can prioritize your debts. These are just how I would kind of look at it as, especially depending on your situation, because I have been listening to Dave Ramsey some. So it is certain ways I would love to put things, but if you get a large sum of money and you just want to evenly get ahead on everything, then this can be a good one for you. So make sure that you put at least 20% towards your emergency fund. If you already have your emergency fund there, then maybe you want to put it towards the next thing, which is paying off debt. You already putting 30% on that, but maybe you want to actually put full 50% on that. Investing in your future, whether you're going to do the retirement or like the college savings account, you can put 20% there. You can set aside some stuff for like some short-term goals. Maybe you wanted to have a vacation, so maybe you put to the side the 15%. And maybe you want to do a home repair, so maybe you like, oh, let me put to the side 15%, and then I'll use all of that money to repair whatever I need to repair around the house at the time, or just put that for later on. And then maybe you just want to treat yourself with only 15% and not the full 100%. But these are the different percentages. Maybe you just want to put 15%, in your pockets. You can do whatever you want to do with it. And then that can actually be your vacation too. But this is a nice breakdown of what you can do. You can pick what you want to put it towards, but this worksheet can be great where you can actually just fill it out. So again, where are you going to put it? Are you going to put a percentage towards these different funds, and what's the amount you're going to do? This is where you're going to actually fill it in. So I know for emergency fund, I say, hey, do 20%. Maybe you want to do 0%. Like I said, do 50% towards your debt. Go ahead and fill this out so that you can know where to put it, and then we'll start filling everything out. So for the emergency fund, Dave Ramsey talk about, if you try to be debt free, you go ahead and put $1,000 to the side. Maybe you're trying to put your full 3 to 6 months of expenses to the side too. So you can go ahead and fill this out and put it in like months. Maybe you're getting multiple ones, or maybe you're just going to have one check. So you could put here exactly how much you're going to save, like what's your goal and how much you're going to actually save. If you want to separate and say, hey, for the next 6 months, I want to get to my goal for my emergency fund. I know I need 15,000. Let me go ahead and separate it. Let me divide it for 6 months. And then you want to put your goals and then how much you actually save. That'd be good too. Now, down payment on high interest debt. Do you got some credit cards? What's the interest rate? Whichever one is the highest, that's what you should put the money down on. And usually, a lot of times, it's going to be credit cards, especially if you guys are not paying your statement balance by the due date. Okay, it's definitely gonna be those credit cards, but figure out what's the highest interest, and whatever you said you're gonna put down on paying down your debt, go ahead and do that. And if you was to, what if you had a personal loan and you had more than enough money to pay this one, maybe you want to pay off two, maybe you want to pay off three, or you can double back and pay off more later on, but just get started and put the amounts that you want to put in here. Did you want to put some money into your IRA? Did you say you're going to invest some for the future? What percentage? And then how are you going to break it down? Are you going to put more money into your IRA this year, your 401k, maybe the college savings, the 529 plan for your kids or whoever? Then definitely go ahead and fill in the amount that you had contributed to those. Do you guys have any short-term goals? Remember, I think this was like 15% on the original, but you can put a certain amount, like, hey, for the vacation fund, I'm going to put $200 in there. For the home improvement, I want to put $400. But you can put the amount that you're going to put on here and put to these different things. Again, this is really something that's just going to track it. That's all this was about. You actually really putting it down on paper and doing it. I've been writing a lot. I need to write a lot. It's better for me to have it down so I can keep looking at it instead of me just saying I'm gonna do it in my head. I have to write it down. And I think in a lot of people in our community, I'm guessing, don't write a lot of stuff down. So it's best just to write it down. That way, especially if you know you're getting $10,000 next month, before the money come, you have this written down. Because once that money come, you might decide to put it all into treating yourself. So it would be best to say exactly what you're going to do with that money so that you don't have to worry about using that money on something you shouldn't use it on. So treating yourself. What if you said 15%? Okay, what is that 15% going to be broken down to? Dining and entertainment? Are you doing shopping or personal care? What exactly you're going to do? And then you can track your progress all together, like how much did you want to put in there and how much you actually put in there. And again, the thing is, when you have this extra money, it's extra income, go ahead and put it towards something, especially if you do like a side hustle, and with that side hustle you're technically trying to use that to pay off debt or to fill in these numbers. You see, it was multiple spots where you can go on for months, like the emergency fund. We got 6 different spots, 7 different spots. Maybe you want to set a 6-month goal to put money in there from your side hustle alone. This is what this thing can be really good for. But when you guys get this extra money, please do something good with it. What's the point of really having extra money when it's going to be so temporary, when it's not really pushing you forward? So I always think about that, like, how is this really going to push me forward when it come down to money? So if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments. If you guys are in a membership, I'll make sure I answer your question directly. Make sure you download it. Download this actual guide and start filling it out, especially if you get extra money or if you got a side hustle, you're trying to figure out what to do with the extra money. This can be good for you. And if you don't have a membership, it's $1 for the first 7 days and then $9.99 at the time of recording this. Is no reason why you cannot have it, because less than $10 a month, like, is very, very cheap. It's no reason why you shouldn't have it. I'll see you guys in the next one.